Good evening, everyone. Nearly 6 weeks in, tens of thousands of Boeing aerospace machinists have voted to stay on the picket lines, extending a strike that's halted most aircraft production. Their union announcing this evening that 64% of members who voted rejected the company's latest offer. That included a 35% raise over 4 years, the reinstatement of an annual bonus program, a $7,000 ratification bonus, and a one-time company contribution to their 401ks. Though some machinists wanted more, including their pensions. Here's what the union's president had to say tonight about the offer once all the votes were tallied.
You know, this wasn't enough for our members. There is a big gap that we couldn't reach, especially when it's been 16 years since we've had a chance to bargain every area of our contract. And trying to make all that up in one is very hard to do, but our members deserve more.
Well, I've said there's no silver bullet. This isn't going to be fixed in one fell swoop. We've got a lot of issues here that we're dealing with. The first thing we've got to do is stabilize the business, and obviously getting through the IAM strike is the first big step in doing that.
Kelly Ortberg there, Boeing CEO, tonight on CNBC before the union announced its decision. We did reach out to Boeing tonight, which had no comment on the outcome there. Boeing, by the way, just hours prior reporting a $6.1 billion loss last quarter. The company also plans to cut its workforce by about 10%. We, of course, will keep you posted. New tonight, nearly 4 years to the day after 21-year-old Kevin Peterson Jr. was shot and killed by Clark County Sheriff's deputies, the county has agreed to settle a wrongful death lawsuit for more than $1 million. Alma McCarty has the latest.
On October 29, 2020, Clark County Sheriff's deputies shot and killed Kevin Peterson Jr. during a failed drug sting. According to court documents, Peterson had shown up to a Hazeldale parking lot to deliver 50 Xanax pills.
One of the things that stands out in people's memories about this shooting is that Kevin was running away and the officers shot at him from behind.
That's Mark Lindquist, the attorney representing Peterson's family in a 2023 interview. Lindquist saying Peterson did not pose an immediate threat to anyone and deputies had no legal justification to shoot him, though an independent review found the shooting justified.
The officers weren't criminally prosecuted, but there's a vast difference between the standards of a criminal prosecution and the standards of a civil lawsuit.
So Peterson's family sued the county, accusing the deputies who fired their weapons of wrongful death, negligence, and excessive force. Now the county's settling, with Peterson's family agreeing to pay $1.25 million. The Clark County Manager's Office telling KGW this settlement allows the parties to move on from this unfortunate event. And current Clark County Sheriff John Horch writing in a statement, "While the loss of life is always tragic, I fully support the actions of my deputies who acted in accordance with their training and the law to protect themselves and our community."
And reacting to the settlement today, the Peterson family attorney told me, quote, "While no amount of money will bring Kevin back to his family, this resolution does bring justice and accountability." David.
Thank you, Alma. Appreciate your reporting tonight. All right, new at 11, it seems Halloween vandals have struck a Clark County neighborhood again. This surveillance video is from Sophie Dudash in the Orchards area, who says her home was hit tonight around 8 for the second time. Dudash says vandals first hit over the weekend, with the suspects destroying that giant skeleton and slashing inflatables. We have reached out to the sheriff's office to see where their investigation stands. No word tonight if any other properties were damaged. To get you caught up on tonight's other headlines now, for the first time in Oregon history, doctors could go on strike. A group of doctors and other health professionals at Providence St. Vincent and the Providence Women's Clinic, about 150 in all, have authorized a strike if a deal on a contract cannot be reached. Doctors and nurse practitioners say they want better pay and better patient-to-provider ratios. Providence says it is not uncommon for first contracts, which is what this is, to take a while to finalize. Both sides have expressed optimism. They're set to return to the bargaining later this week. The Gresham High School principal has announced she is stepping down early next month. This comes after a 17-year-old student allegedly brought a gun on campus last month, with parents, faculty, and students questioning the school's decision not to place it into lockdown. Officials say they used surveillance video to identify that student and isolated him until police arrived. In a message to families, Erica Beto Whitlock writing in part that, quote, underlying tensions impacting our school cannot be resolved with me as its principal. The district says safety remains its top priority. And in southern Oregon, the U.S. Forest Service is warning visitors to the Rogue River Siskiyou National Forest to be wary of makeshift booby traps on roads and trails. They've received reports of spiked boards on the ground and wires strung across forest roads and hiking trails, some hidden under piles of leaves. So far, there have been no reports of any injuries or damage to vehicles.
Everything's open right now. We got a great new lineup, and there's a strategy of bringing in the great talents that we have, the new draft that came in. They looked very good the other night when they were playing in sync.
There's going to be some tough times, but I think they have a lot of good chemistry, so they'll get through anything.
All that and more turned out to be true at the Rip City season opener, with fans excited to be back at Moda, even if it ended up being a rough game for the Trailblazers. Orlando Sanchez here with a look. And Orlando, maybe rough or tough is a bit of an understatement on this one.
Well, I think those fans summed it up nicely because you saw the best of both worlds. Some promising starts to this game, but also reality check that this team still has a long way to go to get to where it wants to go. But Rip City back in business. A new season begins tonight. The next step in the rebuild and our first glimpse at the 2024 Portland Trailblazers. Opening night at Moda Center, first day of school type of vibes. Former Portland Trailblazers head coach Terry Stotts, now an assistant with the Warriors. He got a nice shout out during the game. The Blazers started strong, jumped out to a 10-3 lead. DeAndre Ayton with a double-double. Every Trailblazers starter scored in double figures. There's Jeremy Grant as well. Rip City expecting big things from Denny Avdia as well, the newcomer with the Warriors. He had a nice game, 15 points. Well, Scoot Henderson led the way as Portland's leading scorer with 22 points, but Portland could not keep pace with the Warriors, shooting 23% from distance. The Warriors got up by as much as 37, knocking down 23s. Steph Curry finished with 17 points and 10 assists. Warriors win it 139-104. It's Portland's worst loss in a season opener in franchise history.
We should never leave our gym thinking that somebody just completely outplayed us, you know, in terms of just the fight. We have to be the hardest playing team when we're out there to give ourselves a chance. And we didn't even get close.
We got to get back to the drawing board and watch film and, you know, just hold accountability a little bit. It was a little embarrassing for the first game.
It might look like we gave up, but we're not giving up. People forget we're a very young team who's still learning. And I feel like games like that you can learn from.
It's all part of the growing pains. One down, 81 or so to go. The Blazers are back to work Friday. They host C.J. McCollum and the New Orleans Pelicans. Back to you.
Yeah, a lot to learn and many, many, many more games to come. Thanks, Orlando. Hey, sticking with sports, still to come at 11, how the Timbers fared against their Cascadia Cup rivals in a match that was win or go home. Plus, how a handful of Clackamas County voters opened up their ballots and found something they didn't expect. Matt?
And I'm Matt Sfino. With the setting sun tonight, the clear sky, it is getting cold outside. We've got frost advisories, and then we've got rain, a lot of it on the way.